Hey, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted to let you guys know that I'm traveling, and when I'm traveling, I always find the most interesting information that you may or may not be aware of. And because of the fact that I'm not seeing anybody cover this, you may want to check out some of your friends in Twin Falls. But I think Twin Falls needs you, and the reason why it needs you is because if something like this takes hold here, it's going to take hold everywhere. I don't know how many of you understand the internal workings of Agenda 21. I'm sure many of you have heard it. I've also been told never to talk about Agenda 21 because it's a conspiracy theory. To be quite honest with you, I don't give a damn. And it's not a conspiracy theory, it's a conspiracy. And to differentiate, or to show the difference between the two, a conspiracy is two or more people working together, arguably in secret, or in secret doing something arguably evil. A conspiracy theory is anything that might be substantiated by any sort of truth mixed in with some things that might not be so true. That being said, Agenda 21 is real. I've read all 341-page documents in addition to a multitude of other documents, and I can quote practically chapter and verse of the book as long as the book is within me because it's so complicated. It's also under the cover of things like public-private partnerships, sustainable development, wetlands project, smart growth, anything green, and it's something that it demands your attention. Many of you in the southeast Idaho have seen windmills. Pocatello is covered with them. Every time I come to Pocatello, there are more and more of them, which is concerning because you never see them working on them during the daytime. And you wonder if they might be like gremlins where somebody waters them or feeds them after midnight and they just start popping up everywhere. These things are hugely invasive. They're hugely unsustainable. They are part of the globalist scheme. And your illustrious Brad Little, if you need one more reason to be able to not vote for this bastard, is relating to the fact that he supports globalist sustainable development under the United Nations. If you don't believe me, just take a look at what some of the things that he's talking about in some of his verbiage in his videos where he openly talks about supporting sustainable development. The other thing to consider is if you start looking at our other congressman, Congressman Simpson, I'm not even sure what to call him, but he's not a congressman. He openly supports sustainable development, and you could tell through his support for the wildlife NGOs, salmon river projects and things of that nature. He wants to breach the dams so that you don't have any water. Well, if you don't have any water, and arguably Bill Gates is buying all the property, you're not going to be able to eat either. So if you can't drink and you can't eat, what are you going to do next? So I don't have anything, this is preempted a little bit, and I wanted to be able to get the word out because we really need to gain some serious traction. And I have a friend of mine that is openly willing to be able to do a presentation on this, and hopefully I'll be getting her on a Zoom call or a WebEx call or something like that so that I can interview her about the importance of this thing. We need to reach out to all social media sites, all alternative media sites, and to help them understand this. So I don't know that you're going to be able to see this, and I'll read it to you and then I'll show it to you. But these windmills are not like normal windmills. This new project, it's known as the Minidoka project of Minidoka, I think. It's also called the Lava Ridge project, and it's absolutely incredibly invasive. They've got a map here that shows exactly what they plan to do, and they want to be able to blast through all of this rock to be able to put millions of tons of concrete and rebar and cabling and all of these things. And as far as I understand, they've done an environmental impact study, if you guys can believe this or not. You can't get an impact study to pass on building a new home. But yet all of the invasiveness of what they're planning here passes, and they have the authority to do it. And also there's apparently a connection between Brad Little and the lifting the ban or the moratorium or whatever on saving the frickin' sage grouse, okay? I don't know anything about sage grouses, but I'm telling you, if he lifts a moratorium and wants to put 400 miles of roads up here and he wants to blast all this stuff, you guys better start paying attention because globalism is about ready to smack you upside the head. So this is a comparison of what this looks like. I don't know what the size of the normal turbines are. I'm assuming they're probably about 100 feet. As I drove by, that was my best estimate. And I'm sure you guys have seen these godforsaken blades that are on trucks that are blocking traffic and things of this nature. What this diagram is telling you, this right here is a 747, okay? In comparison to the turbine, they want you to know that each fin is roughly the size of the 747. This also, in case you can't read the small print down here, says that the size of the turbine is 740 feet tall, if I'm reading this right. It's taller than the Space Needle, which is 603 feet. It's taller than the Washington Monument, which is 555 feet. It's taller than the Statue of Liberty at 305 feet. And it's taller than the Minidoka Guard Tower at 26 feet. So when you look at this in consideration, think about what environmental impact this is going to have. The smaller 100-foot ones use tonnage of concrete, tonnage of rebar, tonnage of cabling, tonnage of invasiveness. They kill eagles and they kill all of the stuff because of the reverberation in the ground and all of these kinds of things. I've been telling you guys this about Agenda 21 for as long as I feel like I've been able to breathe. And it just seems like people are so focused on local elections, they can't see past what this crap is doing. If you guys get your local people elected, are they going to know this? And do they need to know this? And the answer is yes, they need to know this. And you are the one that needs to ask them about this, about what's happening in Twin Falls. Because if you do not do this about Twin Falls, it's going to end up where you live. It's already all over Pocatello. And I guess I'm thankful these are only 100 feet tall. If these are going to be 745 feet for talking about this stuff, this is absolutely insane. And I actually got this. I don't even know if I can say where I got this from, but I'm very, very thankful that I have such connections. Maybe I'll save my connections and make you guys think I'm super special. I don't know. All I know is I've been thinking about this all day long. I believe we can stop stupid. Honestly, I really do. I mean, it's great to be able to complain on Facebook and stuff, but the problem is that I'm having these meetings all over the place, and I'm realizing a lot of stuff. And people were asking me last night if I was a little frustrated, and I got to tell you, I am. Because we all love to complain on Facebook. We love to complain on whatever we're going to complain on. We all just want to admit that there's nothing we can do about this. And you guys have to remember that there's things that we have done successfully. One of them is stopping the foreign trade zones with the 30,000 acres that was given to the communist Chinese by Brad Little. We caused so much damage on that issue that you can't even find anything related to that topic on the internet. So I'm not buying the fact that we can't stop stupid. I think we can stop stupid all right. We just have to be willing to stop stupid. And I believe that we totally can. But people have to be informed about what's happening about this kind of stuff and making sure that any story like this actually reaches our own alternative media. Because if we don't, we're going to be sold a bill of goods. And then we really, once it's there, we're not going to be able to do anything about this. The other thing about these windmills is we have to start looking at the government subsidies. I was told several years ago when these Pocatello windmills were going up, these people were being paid, these farmers were not only being paid through FRP, I think it's what it's called, where they pay you not to grow on your own property, as if that isn't freaking stupid enough. Now they're paying you $5,000 a month for every one of these things that's put up, and that was for the little ones. What do you think they're going to do for the big ones? And who do you think is going to benefit? I'm betting dollars to donuts Brad Little is staying in there so that he can monetarily benefit from this, along with those other Idaho deep staters that ended up getting into office. And we're just going to lick our wounds and allow this election to be able to not be called fraud for what it really is. I'm absolutely sick about what's happening in Idaho. I'm sick about us just we're just frantically losing our minds, and we're complaining on Facebook, and we're not doing anything. We're not unifying to any single degree on any single topic. Look at us. The Patriot movement, here's a classic example of what I'm talking about. I had mentioned last night we had 9 gubernatorial candidates. As far as I can tell, guys, we only got one constitution. If we only have one constitution, what that tells me is we have 9 different understandings of what a governor should do and how many are really qualified. And you can't even put a bunch of us in the same room and have us agree on who we should vote for now after the primary's over. If we can't even vote on the single document to be able to show what the position does and the jurisdiction of a particular elected official, how the hell do we plan on getting out of our own way? We're not going to get out of our own way. This makes me wonder I sound a little pessimistic today, but maybe we should all just give up and go home. I mean, if we all just want to be active and we just want to have people say, look at me, you know, I'm this person and I'm that person and look how active I am. I don't give a crap what people think about how active I am. I want to make sure that we get the right information in the right hands of the people that can do something about it. And if through posts like this, people can't do that, then I'm talking to myself. And maybe what I'll do is I'll just make a collection of these videos for my own posterity to be able to let them know that I wasn't willing to just let anything go. As a matter of fact, I don't want to let anything go, and I'm hoping you guys don't either. But what I'm planning on doing, using my position, since I do have a statewide position, is to try to be able to create enough traction statewide to help people understand things when they come to me relating to issues that I believe are important. So on the 23rd, I'm doing one on ARPA funding. There's one of our chapter members that's going to talk about ARPA funding. And if you don't know about ARPA funding, that should be something you're paying attention to. The other thing that you should be paying attention to is when I get a hold of her, she's going to end up doing a presentation on this because she is a new activist. She also happened to just get elected to a local office. And so I'm very, very pleased about that. But if I believe that the news should be covering more of these stories. There are people that are, you know, covering stories that are really popular already. Oh, the Coeur d'Alene incident, whatever. We're focusing on that. When you figure out who those people are, let me know. Or when we can figure out who they are, let me know. Other than that, there's a lot of other stuff going on. There's a lot more stuff than just local elections and election fraud. They're building a globalist infrastructure around your community. And nobody, it seems, or not enough people are paying attention. So I want you guys to do me a favor and look up the Lava Ridge Project. Now, it isn't anything any different because we had the Columbia River Project when they were trying to restrict water and the rest of those things, which is also globalist as well. The important thing to understand, though, is they're not isolated issues. They're all connected, and you have to understand what that connection is. The problem is you're going to have to acknowledge the fact that not only conspiracy exists, but it's slapping you right in the head. So if there's anything I can do to make sure that people understand exactly what's going on, I would really, really like to do that. But right now, my Boise people and whatever, my friends in Twin Falls need help. I go to Twin Falls. You guys want to go to Twin Falls. You don't want to see 740-foot wind turbines. They're going to end up costing the taxpayers all kinds of money that I can only presume that Brad Little and his cronies are going to end up making $1 bazillion on. I'm tired of the fraud. I'm tired of the BS. I'm tired of speaking professionally. I'm tired of trying to kiss people's butt to try to look like the kind of person that they want me to be because I'm not that person. If you want somebody to blow your smoke up your butt, then you better vote Republican and vote for some establishment rhino Marxist Democrat in sheep's clothing because I'm done with it. Anyway, I just wanted to be able to get you guys to know that. Here's another copy of this. Close up. I don't know what it says. You can look at the numbers. I don't know where this is, but I'm going to find it. And I'm going to see if I can get a presentation for you guys to be able to have them understand exactly what is going on. Okay, what I mean? So just a quick video today. Just wanted to let you guys know I'm in Idaho, beautiful Idaho Falls today. It's a beautiful day. I've got a meeting tonight. I'm hoping to rabble-rouse for some new activists and not preach to the choir. I pray for that day. But anyway, in the meantime, if I got to preach to the choir, at least I'm preaching to someone. Anyway, talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.